Hi students, this is Apeksha teacher, and I'm glad that we can start today with our course for 12th standard English subject. Today I'm going to start with the poem. The first poem that we are going to learn is My Mother at 66, right? As you see, My Mother at 66 is written by Kamala Das. See, let me do a bit like this. See, the name of the poetess is Kamala Das, and she was born in 1934, and she passed away around 2009. Now, she was born in Malabar, and she is recognized as India's one of the most foremost poets, right? She was very original and versatile and indigenous to the Indian subcontinent. So that is the reason why people recognize her so nicely. It is also said that she wrote in Malayalam literature. When she wrote in Malayalam literature, she had a pen name known as Madhav Kutti, right? She has also received Sahitya Academy Award and Sahitya Academy Award for Kerala State also. One of the main reasons why she is so well known is because she wrote on topics including women issues and very complex human relationships. As you see in the introduction part, it is said that she is a sensitive writer who captures the complex subtleties of human relationships in a lyrical idiom. The poem, if you see, overall, it starts and it ends in one sentence itself. See, let me show you. See, if it starts here, you see no full stop in the middle. It is only separated by comma. So it is a bit of a single line poem separated by a comma. Now, before I give you the explanation of the poem, I want you to remember the two main topics which are discussed in this poem. The first topic that is discussed is the complex relationship that a female undergoes. For let me give you an example, that a female either is not only a mother, she is not only a wife, she is not only a what you say, a grandmother or a masi, but she is also a daughter-in-law and a daughter. Now, many times we think that once she gets married, her whole world revolves around her kids, her in-laws, and everything. But at times we fail to recognize that even in the time of technology, there are many daughters who keep in touch with their mother, right? They don't go there personally, but in their hearts and heart there is a special connection between the daughter and the mother. Now, this complex human relationship which a female juggles, being being a mother, being a daughter, being a daughter-in-law, being a wife, and a grandmother, all these complex relationships are she's trying to portray, but in this poem she is only portraying two, that is the relationship between a daughter and an old mother. Now, the second topic that this poem tries to say is about the aging process of human beings. Now, you will say, how is that possible? See, think about it. If you meet your friend after 20 years, how will you meet that person? The love that you have, the friendship that you have will be the same. But when you see that person in physical form, you will find that he has grown up, his hair is getting white, or he's got fat, or maybe he's gone taller than you, right? See, the process of aging does not stop, right? And as the process of aging does not stop, once a child becomes a teenager becomes a young person becomes a middle-aged person, and a middle-aged person becomes an elderly person. Now, as we age, our needs and our wants also change accordingly, and there is a very subtle mention that how this aging brings sadness into us. This we will see in detail when I explain the poem. Now, let me first read the poem. See. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother besides me, doze, opened mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse. Now, corpse means a dead person. लाश जिसको बोलते हैं वो, right? So, if I want to explain what these 4 lines mean, I would say that poet is the daughter and she has gone to visit her parents' home, right? To near Cochin. Maybe it might be on the outskirts of Cochin. And see, she has come on a weekend. There's no long holidays because we very well can presume that she too is married or she is not married. We have not said over here anything like that. But she is rushing home. She does not stay back for a long time. On Friday morning, she is returning. See, many times it happens the weekend is the part where the husband is home, the children are home, everybody is home, and there are these extra things that take place. And on her way to the airport, she notices, see, the mother always remains a mother. The mother, even if she is old, she says, no, मैं आती हूँ तेरे साथ, airport, मुझे छोड़ने आना है. So when the mother is sitting in the car besides her, and they are on the way to the airport. And on the way, because the mother has become old, she notices that her mother dozes off or sleeps. See, here it is written, I saw my mother besides me doze. Doze means she falls asleep. And open mouth. Old people usually and children are seen when they are when they are dozing. They become like very peaceful at that moment. They don't care about anything. Now her mouth is open and sleeping besides her. Now here the thing that she observes about her mother is that her face is pale and it is lifeless, and it seems as if she is dead. She is like a dead body. Now when she sees this type, she suddenly realizes that her mother has become old, and in this she feels maybe the pain because even if her mother is going old, even if she is turned pale, and even if she is lifeless and she needs help, she is going away to her home back. Fine. Let us see the next line. And realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. See, this paragraph I think is the jest or the real reason why this poem was written. See, here she says that the poet is suddenly comes to her senses, and there's a sudden realization that now mother is not as young as she used to be. She is not as beautiful as she used to be, and the old age has taken over her. And this is a reality she finds this very hard to accept. We see little children arguing, yeah, my mom is the most beautiful, and that same child after 20 years says, oh my god, look at the mom that she has become. Fine. So it is a reality. See, the aging process is there, but the children or the daughter has a difficult time hard to accept it. The poet is also pained to see her mother as colorless and pale as her face looks, and when she sees, she feels pity, and she feels helpless. And in order to not feel helpless or to feel pity for her mother, or she herself feel depressed by this situation, she tries to take her attention away from the disturbing thought and she starts looking outside the car. And now, because the car is moving, see the word over here is used. The trees are sprinting, right? So sprinting means running fast. And when she sees outside the car, what does she see? She sees the young green trees appearing to be running in the opposite direction. See, at one side there is old age and there is helplessness and death that she sees, and the moment she sees outside, what does she see? She sees young green trees running in the opposite direction, right? The other one more thought which is described over here is she also sees a group of children rushing out of their homes to play. See, life goes on. If children come out to play, the old are getting older. She herself must have aged. See, the contrast in the car and outside is explained. Now, all this probably, by seeing the trees and by seeing the children coming out and play, the daughter here is reminded of her childhood when her mother was a young person, right? The young sprinting trees represented how fast the time has flown by. It is in a flash. Once upon a time she was that small girl, and suddenly now she is seeing her own mother sitting beside old, helpless, pale, lifeless, like that. And she remembers her mother as the young, full of youth, vital, and she sees herself also playing as a child. The children here represent the youth, which was full of life and energy. Both the young trees and the children represent a sharp contrast to the mother sitting besides her, who is old and suffering. Maybe she might be even ill, because it is said that her skin is pale and she looks like lifeless and like a corpse, right? Now let us move towards the next stanza. It is that after they reach the airport, what happens? But after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I look again at her, wan, pale as a late winter's moon. See, she has reached the airport, and now all the thoughts of old age and everything is gone away, and she's busy being, she's detached herself and she's doing what she's supposed to do. The once you go to the airport, what you start doing? Yes, you go to the check-in, you take your boarding pass, you check in your luggage and everything. She goes about being her normal self, doing what is needed or to be done, right? So after she finishes all these things, after she finishes the airport security check, and then she again realizes that her mother is there to say goodbye to her, right? The young children and the trees that she saw on her way were just a diversion for her thoughts, that what a good or beautiful mother she had, what was it to be, a child again. But after reaching the airport and passing through all these checks, the poet, when she again looks at her mother who has come to say goodbye, she comes back to the reality. She sees her mother standing there, the same old mother, pale, lifeless, listless, and her mother looks very dull. And here she compares her mother to what? She compares her mother to a late winter's moon. Late winter's moon. She compares her mother to a late winter's moon, which cannot be seen clearly because of mist and fog. See, in winter, we all know the moon has two faces. The face which grows to become a full moon, and after it becomes full moon, it starts to wane, and then there is a moonless light. So here the poet tries to say that once when she was the child, it was her mother's waning phase of moon, where she reached her prime of youth, and she was like a full moon, beautiful, and full of valor, and full of youth. But now she is in her waning phase of moon, right? Once it was the springtime, and now it is the winter time. The old age is described as the winter time. And she again says that the mother looks like a winter's moon, which cannot be clearly seen because of the mist and the fog and the cold of the winter night. Shall we move forward to the last 4 lines? And felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear, but all I said yes was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. See, ऐसा बोलते हैं कि अगर कोई बीमार है और मरने की कगार पे है तो उसको एक होप है. होप मीन्स आशा है that no, everything's, I have a chance to live if I pull through this day, right? She here, the poetess, is having the same sadness once again. She is pained to see her mother in this condition, that she is growing old, she needs help. I must be there as a daughter for her, and I should help her. But can she do that? Can she stay back? No, she has her life. She has to go maybe to her children, to her husband, to her home, right? Even if she wants, she cannot do it. And as she was going away and leaving her mother, the same old familiar pain, every time a daughter goes to her parents' home, she knows that she needs to do so many things. Her mother needs that, or her home needs that. But can she stay? No. She knows that she has to go, and that ache fills her heart. The same feeling that she had in her childhood, that she would lose her mother. See, when the girls are in the toddler years or the teenage years, or when they are entering the youth, they know that one day they have to leave the home or their mother and go to a new home, right? They have that ache in their heart कि मुझे ये सब छोड़ के मुझे मेरे ससुराल जाना है. That similar ache she is repeatedly feeling whenever she comes to her home. She knows that now, just because her mother is old, frail, and no more a youthful person, and someday, because of this aging factor, she would lose her mother. Now suddenly this idea comes to her, so she tries to hide her emotions behind her smile. Females are very good at it. दर्द में होते हैं, if they are feeling something bad about it, if even if they are not happy about it, they always have this smile, because the female is the person who keeps the family together. And she did not want to reveal her feelings, the fear that she had, that in her heart, that someday, because of old age, she is going to miss her mother, or her mother is going to die. And how does she hide it? She hides it below a smile, and with a hope that her mother will see her again, or she gives an assurance to the mother that Amma, I'll see you soon. That hope remains, that even if she is aging, even if she is going to die, she is smiling about it, that I have to do my work. I cannot stop the process of aging, but yes, the hope is still there, and she smiles about it, and says to her mother that Amma, I'll see you soon, right? And that they would meet again and keep on smiling, and think about the good days that they have had so far. So this is a small explanation of My mother at 66. If I want to outline the poem in a few sentences, the poem has been written in lyrical idiom and brings out the complexity of human relationships. The poet had gone to meet her mother and is now driving back to the airport. On the way, she notices the pale face of her mother and is struck by an instant realization that her mother is very old, and she becomes very upset. What is significant about this poem is that the whole poem is a single sentence and it is punctuated by commas. Now, let us very fast look at the questions that are given for us to write. What is the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels? Chalo, please think about it. What is the type of ache and pain the poet thinks? As I said, the poet is pained to see her mother's dull and colorless face, and she is hurt to see that her mother's face looks like that of a dead body. And you have to describe that she is afraid that the fact that she may not see her mother alive the next time she comes to meet her. This is what you have to describe in this first question. Now let us move towards the second question. Why are the young trees described as sprinting? Why are they described as sprinting? Chalo, because the car was moving, and when the poet looked outside at the trees, it seems as if the trees were running in the opposite direction. Running fast is the meaning of sprinting, in the opposite direction. The young trees represented life in contrast to her mother's approaching death. See, I told you, once she was sitting in the car, one side she sees the age-old dying mother, and on the other side she sees the young green trees sprinting. The contrast has to be explained in this. Fine. Let us go to the third one. What has the poet brought in the image of merry children spilling out of the home? What does that mean? What does she feel? Here we can say that she imagines, she uses this imaginary to bring out the contrast between children who are energetic, full of life, and on the contrary her mother is still, old, pale and listless. This point has to be discussed in this question. Question number 4. Why has the mother been compared to the late winter's moon? See, this is an important one. I want you to write it properly. Again, I'll say, just as the late winter's moon looks hazy, or you cannot see it properly because of the mist and the fog that is created, and it lacks the brilliance of a full moon. Similarly, the poet's mother, who is now old, looks pale, and it does not have the exuberance of the youth that she once used to have in her youth. And this is the reason why the poet compares her mother's pale, dull and colorless face to that of a winter's moon, right? Which is the next question. Okay, what do the parting words of the poet and her smile signify? Now, this has a significance in the poet. See, the poet's parting words are Amma, see you soon. These words create an assurance and a hope both in the mother and also in the life of the daughter, who knows that she is helpless, even if she wants to stay back with her mother and help her with her, but she becomes very